So I know I talk about this a lot, but I, I haven't really. I'm not as sure that I was sensitive to it when I wasn't isolated. So I might have a nightmare or something like that, or it's kind of like after I got ditched, some things got stronger, and I also kind of worked to develop intuitively again. Like I've talked about before, but I don't know, something feels bad. And it's like, is this me? I mean, I don't know why I would be feeling this. And, is it something in my body, like in my health? It's almost a feeling of like my blood isn't kind of clear, like my kidneys. I don't know. I mean, everything seems normal, but I don't know how to describe the feeling, but it's bad. It's like, is this old emotional trauma? Is it, memories? Is it vicarious trauma, from, I- you know, but just now. And also, I've thought, is it precognitive? Because I've been pretty concerned, have concern. But just now, and I mean, really, some of us, I don't know if it's like we have these sort of antenna, we pick up on things. And I'm not sure, like, if I look at a list of the school gun violence incidents that I've picked up on, I'm not really sure I can say. I mean, maybe I could really try to analyze, all right, well, this makes sense because of this, and this makes sense. I don't know that I have logic that I can put to it exactly. I can say things that, I know I'm real place based, and, I don't know what other factors there might be, but yeah, just now it's like, I think I'm feeling something. Maybe I'm feeling something going on, And Chattanooga has been coming to mind a whole lot today, um, and I'm not sure why, And I did notice that there had been something posted in next door about someone who was swept into a river recently, and then there was something posted today that he had drowned. So I think, well, could it have something to do with that? I mean, there's a whole lot of loss in a city. It's overwhelming, and it's these life changing things that happen. But with Chattanooga, I guess with all the rain, it's like, well, could it be that the river's high? Is there something going on? I also know that the gang violence is pretty bad there. My mind's been going to south of the bridge in Knoxville, where there's also been some of that. So, it's like, all right, what's going on, and am I going to know? Am I going to find out? Is there going to be news about it? Or am I just going to sort of have these feelings for a while and then things feel sort of like, okay, it's very strange. I think it's so important when, I mean, humans are empathic, and um, I'm not a real moody person, but sometimes when a person has, these sort of highs and lows, I think that could be empathy, picking up on excitement, anxiety, and feeling it. And then when there's loss and feelings of grief, feeling it. For me, it's sort of like, I notice sometimes when my anxiety is going high, that kind of feels like excitement, I think that's anxiety. And is there a reason that I could be getting anxious? What's that about? And then there are times when there's something going on and where I just start crying, and then I find out, yeah, there's something really terrible going on, So, anyhow, I just thought to talk about that. If you ever feel like your emotions are kind of taking you for a ride, you know, think about that. What might you be picking up on? And it's just a strange feeling. It's like I can't quite identify whatever this is. It doesn't feel good, and I can't quite identify it. Is it, shame and blame came to mind, and it's like, nobody better try to shame me, and blame me for what? I mean, I don't know, caring too much about people sometimes. But yeah, anyhow, yeah, pay attention when you're like, what is this? And maybe this is an emotion I had many years ago, but does it feel like that, or is it something different? Well, for me, I'm going, what is this? Because I think this might not quite be me. what's going on out there. You know, I mean, there's always plenty, but I do think we pick up on specific things. Maybe sometimes it's more than one thing, but again, I don't think I can apply logic to it. You know, I mean, like I said, there's some things that I think I can understand, but yeah, well, I think when it comes to these, something that is building up to something really terrible happening, I think sometimes maybe I pick up on a person building up to where that's about to happen, and then the loss is just going to be so extreme, even if that is one person, you know, even if that is that one person, that's still extreme loss. I mean, I think people get so used to people dying that they just don't think about it, and people should think about that. You know, I don't care. I live in a big city, and yeah, I don't care. People don't matter, you know, and yeah, well, that's not a good way to live. All right, so anyhow, just a few words about, I suppose, kind of empathy is maybe some part of that, perhaps sometimes when it's the high feelings and the low feelings, or it could just be intuition, and you feel that. You feel the anxiety, you feel the grief because you care about people. So yeah, you know, just a few more words about things like that tonight. And yeah, you know, is there hope for humanity? I mean, I don't know, you know, I mean, I, cautious optimism is maybe about as much as I'm gonna give it.